Going into it further, can we break it down in some key points, maybe 4 points that you could mention on how to build a community?
All right. So I would say I will go back to the number one point would be that think about problem market fit or product market fit. And I've talked about that in a lot of different ways before, is focus on the problem, but really make the community is a way to figure out that the problem is big enough. So it's a really good way to get a measure of like, are you focusing on the right things? So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a company right now trying to figure out, hey, do we have a pulse? Building a community will always give you a pulse. And it will also create a moat around you. So focus on the problem, not on the product. Very hard to do, but when you do it, it's super valuable. Your valuation of companies that are category leader is 10x compared to the second or the third. So mathematically, it's going to make a lot of sense. That's one. The second is that if you are truly an evangelist, if you truly are evangelizing the problem and stuff like that, you have to be okay by losing in the short term. And that is a really big part. So yes, could we have put a big Terminus thing in there? Could I've just gone and say, hey, let me just talk about Terminus right now? I could have totally taken advantage of this thing, and I wouldn't be the first person to do it. So it took a lot of courage, and thanks to a lot of people along me who supported that. No, we should stay true to the idea of it. So don't pitch Terminus. Still continue to keynote on the problem, even when you have the audience and they're open to whatever you have to throw at them, right? So if you're going to be true, then it's okay to lose in the short term because you're winning the long-term game. So it's a long-term game. Don't get into it if you're trying to just figure it out in a couple of days. Then maybe the third one to that is that having competitors is actually a blessing. It's great. There is no category of one ever that was created and were successful. So having competitors, giving them a little bit of arms and legs is actually a great thing for you, because that way you can be sure that you're going to exist. If you're the only one talking about it on the rooftop and nobody else is talking about it, you are a crazy person, right? But if you are 4 other people are talking about it, now you got a congregation and now you're preaching. So very important to have more people to talk about it. So focus on the problem. Make sure that you're focusing on the long-term thing. Number 3, I really believe that you should get other people to speak with it. And then number 4, write about it. Write about it, podcast it, like whatever so much. I ended up writing 2 books, as you said. It automatically makes us a thought leader in the industry, and we don't have to say it. Others would say that for us. So in all, you put out so much stuff out there that you're undeniably proving value and helping people.